So, are you recording?
Yeah, we're recording. Oh.
Don't clap. No clapping.
Cut. Alright, clap sync, everybody. 3, 2, 1.
Alright, we gotta try that again. No, he did it on purpose. That's not gonna work.
Oh my god.
Right, you're listening to the official Brain Dead podcast.
Wait, hold on. Do we want to
I'm okay with that.
Alright, that's fine.
I'm okay with a rough opening. Fuck it. You're listening to the official Brain Dead podcast. My name's Billy, and I just love anime titties.
My name's Tyler. My life is endless suffering, but I'm a glutton for punishment.
My name is Oliver, and I don't really care for the Whopper.
My name is Grant. Catch me on R coming on figurines.
Oh god.
And my name is Jared. Aw shit.
Here we go again.
Alright, today we're just gonna have a loose discussion on animation, cartoons, anime, really just anything that tickles our fancy in the moment. We were just gonna talk about that. What's everybody's favorite anime or cartoon? Like the one above the rest, the one that just gives you the most.
First of all, let's switch that into two different categories, just so we can't be like, oh yeah, I can't really pick between cartoons and anime.
Yeah, there's a big difference there.
So let's pick like.
And what are we talking cartoons? Are we talking 3D cartoons, 2D?
Any cartoon.
Okay.
Any cartoon.
That's not anime.
But
it's animation.
You guys want to make it to where it's like, oh, let's do it just shows, not movies. Not cartoon movies.
Okay.
Animated movies. I guess that's just anime movies. Cartoons. Yeah, cartoons.
So just like short form entertainment, 30 minutes or maybe
Yeah,
an hour,
yeah.
but no movies.
Yeah, not like
Okay, we can't pick movies. Got it.
Oh, I love. I almost said
Fox and
iRobot.
I love
Wall-E.
I love robots, with Robin.
Right. Okay. So
I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say I love Boku no Pico. That's fine.
no.
Absolutely.
Yes. High five.
No.
So okay,
Only
real
some of
talk.
it.
Real talk.
Anybody who doesn't know what that is, don't look it up.
Please
Separate thing.
Look it up if you're an adult.
PlayStation just now made it to where you could actually change your name on PlayStation, and I was about to change my name to Boku no Pico legitimately on there. Until I realized there are several games that if you change your name for, completely fucks all your progress in that game. So that is why I have not changed my name on there. Yep.
Well, that sounds like a huge flaw.
I'm sure they're working on it, but like right now they're like, yeah, if you change it now, it could completely erase like your Bloodborne progress or anything like that. And I'm like,
I'm really glad that I don't have a
embarrassing name. Yeah.
I'm glad I got my name that I love the most, which is Spicy Bagel. Like,
Yeah, no, mine has stuck around. The Moonbeam is just.
How do you feel about being Kylo Ren official, especially after the
That's a
success
good
of
one.
Star Wars?
Can we talk about the night you picked that name was very interesting to me because me, you, and Grant were hanging out.
It was me, you, Grant, and then our friend Logan, and we were trying to play. I want to say it was like the space.
Logan wasn't there, was he? Because
Yeah,
when you were at his house.
It was at his house.
Was it?
Yeah, we were at his house.
I thought it was when you got your PlayStation. I thought when you got your PlayStation was when you were living with me and him.
This is funny enough the same night you bought me Overwatch.
Is it that same night?
Yeah, we were talking about that before we started recording.
We created the account on Grant's PlayStation, and I think like The Force Awakens hadn't been out. Like it'd been out for like
You had seen it at that point.
like a few months.
Yeah.
And
I don't even know if it was a few months. Maybe
we
a
were
couple
trying to play
weeks.
like Star Wall, I think it was, or something. Or we were trying to play something. And
Was it? It was Black Ops 3.
I don't remember what it was, honestly.
We were all trying to play Black Ops 3 because you could do the duels.
Because Logan had specifically been like, I will buy you PlayStation Plus because I was like, I don't have it, I don't have the money.
Yeah.
People are nice to me. I just want to preference that. My friends are great, but
We like having you included in things.
And Grant was helping me come up with a name, and like out of nowhere, his eyes lit up, and he just went, like he took the controller from me, typed it in, and then it said accepted, and we both just screamed.
I did not force it through.
No.
I looked at you first, and I was like,
no,
this is what you want.
it
It
tells you
verified
if
it.
it tells you if a name had been
Said it has been taken. Because I had said like do something like something official. That way it sounds like either fucking marketing or like you're that person.
podcast official.
Yeah,
Official well, we can't do that. Oh,
Yeah, well,
How did we get here? We started with animation.
I don't know. We were
Billy,
talking about
what is your favorite top 5 cartoons?
top 5
Top 5.
We're
Okay.
Yeah.
Top 5? Oh shit.
We're top 5 in it now.
Is that anime and cartoons?
Just cartoons.
This
right
is
now.
gonna
We'll
be
get to
hard.
anime
Just-
later.
We're getting specific.
I don't know if I have top 5 cartoons unless we're talking just nostalgia.
Jared is a
classes.
veteran here. is
We'll
what I'm
just
hearing.
do
Jared knows the
like,
most on this
like some of your
subject.
favorites. My favorite one is I like Regular Show a lot. I watched that
Oh, hell yeah.
within like 2 weeks, all of it.
Hell yeah.
It's just a solid cartoon. I can't wait for the new one that they're coming out with.
Are they doing a new one?
It's
Spin-off?
the creator, like TBS hired him to make a
Do
new
an
show
adult
for that.
cartoon or
yeah,
something?
and I'm really excited for it.
Because have you seen the pilot for it where it was like,
For the regular show?
yeah, it was like 3
Like the
a.m.
drugs
in the
one?
p.m. or
Oh yeah,
something.
it's something in the AM PM.
Yeah.
and it's basically it's like a 10-minute short. It's
Literally
it's,
Mordecai.
it's just like pencil sketches, and it's these 2 dudes at a gas station on Halloween, and they're working like the graveyard shift, and one of them tricks the other into taking acid, and a police officer comes in, and it's what the show is what Regular Show is based off of.
Oh yeah, it's like, did you put
Acid in the
inside of
candy?
this candy bar?
Well, the way it happened was he said this candy tastes kind of funny because he gave him a piece of candy, and he was like, yeah, I put weed in it. And he was like, dude, what the fuck? And then he's like, oh yeah, it wasn't weed, it was acid.
Yeah.
But Regular Show is one of my
Two
favorites.
totally different drugs on spectrum.
Let's not do top 5. Let's just do like something.
Just
that-
favorites.
Just a cartoon that you
Yeah,
enjoy.
let's just shoot.
Yeah,
this
regular-
shit.
Sorry, I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, so Regular Show is my favorite cartoon.
Oh, all-time favorite show is definitely Eddy and Eddy. Endless entertainment
Yes.
forever.
Well, it is.
The
That is a
music in
really
Ed
good
and
show.
Eddie really
That's why I
hits
love it.
hard. I love that.
It got even better when they started showing him in school.
The animation and everything got better at that point.
Yeah,
That's
like-
because I don't know.
They got different outfits. Like all of a sudden,
Mhm.
they were out of purgatory.
The animation,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
animation got better and like it was like cooler and stuff. I feel like the jokes got a little bit less than it was before.
It
but-
became more relatable, which I kind of think killed some of what Ed and Eddie had originally.
Yeah, I
It's
was.
just a slapstick cartoon with memorable sound effects.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My favorite episode of that show is when they realize that they can fuck with the physics of the world. Like,
Yeah,
we're
They
like,
broke the fourth wall.
Ed eats the sun and turns it into the moon.
Yeah.
And puts it back.
Yeah.
And like all the rest of the characters in there are like, why is it dark? Like,
one of my
Many
like,
doors.
One of
and
my
boy.
things that one of the things that I remember the most for that show is the episode where it's like they're in the junkyard and they're acting like monkey boys or something
Yes.
like that. And like
they call
I-
themselves that.
yeah, I just remember. Yeah, it's not racist. But like, Eddie jumps on top of like one of the construction things, and he just goes and like every time I do that like noise, nobody knows what the hell I'm talking about. But it's always that episode because it's just so good. That whole show is just pretty much good. School is pretty good. I like the episode where it's like that everybody thinks that Double D's like some menace or something, and then finally at the very end he fights Jimmy, and Jimmy like gets pissed off and beats the living shit out of him. To the point where like when it shows the
remember that
aftermath,
episode.
yeah, it shows the aftermath of Jimmy beating up Double D,
Mhm.
and Double D has like a bite out of his tongue, like his eyes all swollen.
His ear
and
is
he-
missing or something.
yeah,
like
and
a
he's
chunk
just
of his
like
ear gone.
contorted around this like piece of it's like some construction vehicle.
All right.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah,
While we're on the
I remember
subject, what do we think is under Double D's hat? Is it just
Hair.
a really bad haircut?
Well, a lot of people say that
Is
it's
he
like it's like
balding?
a lot of people say it's like some blue hair, kind of like Rolf's hair in
I
a
don't
way.
think so.
Just
Well,
because.
okay, so real talk. If anime cartoons, most of the time when a character has blue hair, it's supposed to be just like black
Yeah.
hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think that would be the case. Like, it's not like he's trying to hide his cool, edgy, emo blue hair. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Because, like, have you seen those pictures that everybody always makes where it's like, oh, the Ed and Eddy guys if they were grown up and stuff
And it's like
that.
him with like May from
In
the
my-
trailer park or whatever. Is that her name?
Canker sister.
the
yeah.
Canker sisters.
But isn't May?
It's May.
Speaking of Canker sisters,
I think her name.
um,
No, the blue haired one's name was Marie.
Yeah, I think you're
Right?
Yeah, I think so. No,
May was the blonde one, and then
No, May was the blue one. Marie was the
redhead.
Who knows? Who knows? I can't remember. They're canker sisters. They're fucking disgusting. Just because.
Giles, I don't like.
I had a boner for him. Real talk. When I was a kid, I was just like, why don't they want to get kissed by these?
I was
cute
only
girls?
into the
May.
blue-haired one.
Yeah,
Yeah, the blue hair one. That was the
Yeah.
only one I really cared about. Oh,
Okay,
jeez.
I
jeez.
actually heard there was a conspiracy that Double D was actually Asian and that he was part of a Siamese twin set, and they had to remove the.
I like that. I like
Oh,
that. Jeez.
no.
Okay, for everybody that's wondering why I'm reacting, freaking Giles keeps showing pictures of hyper realistic.
Oh my god.
and then Eddie characters.
I think he just had like. Yeah, he might have been balding, but I think he had long hair because you can see like the little like three strands like from the bottom
Yeah.
of it. You know what I mean? So
Something like that. Yeah.
I think he's got waves under there.
What, dude?
dude, it is a wave.
Hell yeah.
He's got waves.
But
He
yeah.
tried to keep it on so he don't splash all over the place. He keeping it on for your sake so you don't drown.
He's keeping you safe.
You better have a life jacket before he
Talking
shows
about
them
the
waves.
But yeah, about the Canker sisters. I don't know if you guys ever saw the episode or remember it, where they're at the Canker sisters trailer park thing.
Are you talking about the one where they like hold them hostage?
Yeah,
And
basically.
they're like feeding them and everything.
That was
Yeah.
when they first met them, though.
That was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
That was the introduction.
that's like pilot almost. That's
Yeah.
like first or second episode.
In there, a lot of people just don't remember the fact that when they're wearing the robes, every single robe has a different name on it.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, you know, the different fathers thing. And
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until later, and I was like, oh, yeah, that really explains a lot of shit. Like, it's literally just trailer park trash. Canker
Well,
sisters.
yeah.
I freaking love that shit.
The movie was
really good, dude.
The movie was really good.
Was that the one where they went to
They
find
go
his
find
brother?
his brother.
Find
yeah.
Eddie's brother.
And they like have their whole redemption arc and everything.
Yeah, making fun of the sextant, like Double D gets mad and all that stuff that you just don't really expect just because like all this entire time like they go through all this shit and finally during the movie Double D's like, I fucking had it, dude. I fucking had it with you guys. All this shit I do for you.
Alright, Oliver, cartoon.
Cartoon. One of my favorite cartoons growing up was, I mean, Ed and Eddy was definitely one of them, but Teen Titans on like a different kind of note.
Yes.
Before Teen Titans Go, obviously, I don't have anything against the show. It's just they're not the same show.
Oh yeah,
I'm just talking about it. It was good. It was. I felt like it had a good amount of edge to it without being while kind of staying in a kid audience. Like it was like serious for kids certainly, but it wasn't like to the point where like it was questionably like, why are you showing a child this?
Yeah,
It's
I'm
serious,
not
just
gonna
not
shit on
showing.
Teen Titans Go because it's not meant for like people
Yeah,
our age,
it's not
obviously. But speaking of Teen Titans Go, did you guys ever see the end credit scene for the movie that they came out with? They basically teased season 6 of Teen Titans.
It was sadly, I just didn't even want to watch the movie to go and see this.
I didn't see the movie, but I just read an article and then they had
Yeah.
the video.
Yeah, Teen Titans was just really, honestly, and we kind of might have talked about this a couple of times ago about how like the DC universe struggles a lot, like as far as in media. But DC, I feel like has always had good cartoons. Like the Justice League cartoon is good.
Their animation,
The
is always
original
spot
one.
on.
All their like animated movies are really good.
Yeah, like their animated stuff is on point, and they get good voice acting, and like the plots are solid. They do really good in animation in general, and like Teen Titans is also a branch of that. Sadly, Young Justice didn't do well, but was kind of on the same tone. It was just a weird time. I feel like kids were like getting out of liking the serious stuff, and they wanted more like just stuff to have fun with, and so like
That's why that one. I
when
don't
Young
think
Justice
did well.
did bad, they were like, oh okay, and then like they made Teen Titans Go to just be like, okay, you want funny.
Well,
So
which
funny
came
stuff.
out first? Did they come out about the same time?
No, Young
Teen
Justice-
Titans Go.
About the same time.
like Teen Titans
actually.
Go.
Oh no, Teen Titans Go and Young Justice.
Yeah.
No,
Young
Young
Justice-
Justice was canceled like when we were in high school.
Yeah, Young Justice was playing. Teen Titans ran.
In fact, I remember finding
then
out
Young
Young
Justice
Justice
ran.
was canceled like when I was at MTAC at the Renaissance Hotel there.
But was it the same Young Justice?
Yeah.
Because I don't remember.
Well, they
no,
run-
I think it. Yeah, it was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Young Justice and Teen Titans Go, there was a pretty large gap between the two. It's not like they immediately were like, okay, cancel that, put this on.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
like,
I know what you mean in there.
No, I agree. I'm just saying, like, there was still some time. I agree that's probably what it was. For
oh
sure.
yeah, I mean, like I've seen some stuff on it because I was like, I wonder what happened to that show and like stuff. Like it was the marketing was going really bad for it. Like it wasn't getting like
It wasn't selling
the
toys.
people that
it
liked it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't getting as much as they wanted, and
So-
so like people who made toy deals with them were
Mhm.
like backing up because they're like, you're not selling.
Well, I'm sure that had to do with people like. So when we were in high school, people our age liking it. But like when I was in high school, even if I liked Young Justice, I wouldn't even go out and buy toys of it.
Yeah.
So
We weren't the
they
market
weren't
that
selling
we
to little kids and selling
Yeah.
toys like they really wanted.
Yeah.
And they were just like, we're not seeing enough profit on this. I mean, shows do that all the time. That's the reason that Steven Universe was even almost canceled, is because they weren't selling enough toys.
But it's still like a wildly popular
Yeah.
show.
And I respect Teen Titans Go in the sense that, like, the guy who created, because they get a lot of shit for it, because obviously there's a bunch of really butthurt people that really love Teen
Yeah.
Titans.
Again, it wasn't
but,
made for us.
He's openly been like, they're not the same show. It's not a successor. I get it's different, and they have a lot of the same voice actors.
Yeah, I
And,
think
like,
it's all the same ones for the
There was an
Titans.
interview with the guy who does Robin's voice, and he was like, there are times where he was recording where he was like, I don't think Robin would do this. He was like, this isn't the same character. Like this Robin would. Like, I understand where you're coming from, but you're gonna have to kind of change your mind. They're not the same show.
Yeah. What about you?
See that. Oh man, I love Teen Titans so much, and I understand that people you have to like switch in between like, oh, this is Teen Titans Go and all this stuff. I guess it's
looking at it,
it's
you
just
shouldn't
looking at
expect
you-
the same thing.
Yeah, I just hate that the thing that they're doing with it is like, it's just comedy that could easily be done with other characters. They're just basically using DC characters. Like they're just using the Teen Titans thing.
So
But
then
that's the reason that it's popular. It's
Yeah.
just because we're using these characters. Otherwise, like,
Yeah, they could do all the jokes they run in that show could be done with totally different
with
characters.
completely different
and it
people.
wouldn't make a difference.
It's just the fact that they're selling it because it's in that universe and that's it. Like,
So how do you feel about the whole thing where, like, let's say Attack on Titan,
Mhm.
where they did, not only did they do Attack on Titan, but they did like the junior high thing,
Yeah.
and then they also did the like chibi little like cutesy version as well.
There's been a bunch of anime that have
A lot
Yeah,
of
anime
anime
does that all the
Yeah, a lot of
time.
anime
Chibi
does the chibi thing. I
But
know.
why do you think that is so accepted in that regard and not in
Because
the case of Teen Titans?
because the real thing is still going on alongside it.
I guess that's fair.
Like
Yeah.
Teen Titans, the original, it's done, and then they
Mhm.
started this new thing from its popularity, but with like
From the ashes
Yeah.
rose
Yeah.
this monster.
with Attack on Titans, like
They're still
yeah,
going on, yeah.
they're working on season 3, but for the Attack on Titan fans who enjoy this, here's this chibi show,
Whatever. the hell you want.
Yeah, it's like
It's
it's not.
not-
It's
It's not
not.
its own
weird.
full
It's not a
show.
substitute.
It's just OVA.
It's not replacing the
Specials,
original.
in a way.
The original's still there if you want to watch it. You don't have to watch the new versions of it. But
Yeah,
for
that's
Teen,
fair.
but for Teen Titans fans, it's like there's nothing new coming out that interests them if
Yeah.
they only.
I
like
guess
the
I'll just go
original cartoon.
rewatch Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think that's like a little different.
Why it's
Plus-
more accepted in that case.
Yeah, that's because.
Also, Raven is example number 2 of goth GFs that
Oh,
fell in
yeah.
love with his children.
100%. That
We have
episode
Marie
of
Kanker, we have Raven,
The Hex Sisters.
the Hex Sisters.
Dude.
Medusa.
Put a spell on you,
Medusa
bitch.
from fucking Powerpuff Girls?
Who?
Yeah,
Medusa. Or Sedusa. Sorry,
Sedusa.
Sedusa from Powerpuff Girls.
I'm more of a Miss Blossom.
Yeah, I agree.
Bellum.
Bellum's the
yeah.
teacher.
Miss Bellum. No,
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 Bellum
no,
is the mayor's.
Miss Bellum is the
Who's the
assistant.
teacher?
Miss Blossom.
Yeah,
is
that's
the
Miss
teacher.
Blossom.
Miss Blossom's the teacher, okay. Let's see, who else? Anyway,
Let's
let's
see,
not get down that
yes.
rabbit hole. Actually, yeah, let's not get down that rabbit hole.
Oh no! Wait! I got one more.
We'll do that
on the
later.
topic. Danny Phantom is a good show. Sam
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Danny
Danny Phantom's another goth GF.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
Sam.
yeah, that's what I'm
At
saying.
the time,
Sam
yeah.
from Danny Phantom. Anyways, Jared, what's your favorite cartoon?
Let's not do me yet. Let's go straight to Grant because
He's got a lot to say.
I'm still thinking about what
You're
the
bull-
hell
I
I
can,
said
I'm
about
watching you bubble up.
Yeah,
So
so
I
yeah.
will say, the longer I have sat here, the more cartoons have come to my mind that I can say are definitely up there as far as favorite. Invader Zim, of course, gets props.
Yes.
Good show.
Weird art style, and I love it.
I still loved it.
I love the art.
The comedy was weird, and I loved it.
Courage, Cowardly Dog.
Yes.
Again, solid. I like the Rugrats. Solid.
Yeah.
What did you think of All Grown Up?
All Grown Up,
When
I
they were
thought,
like 12.
at the time, I thought was like a neat concept.
Mhm.
But then when I found out it was essentially just like not a sitcom, but like I guess like a sitcom. Like one of those shows, like
Slice of
Degrassi.
life.
Yeah, a slice of life type of show where they're just like, these characters are flawed. This is the episode where they get over this flaw.
A show that kind of reminded me of that one was All About Ginger. I think it was.
Yeah, that was another one of those ones.
I really enjoyed Dill Pickles growing up, though.
Yeah, he was a fucking
He
dweeb.
was a weirdo.
I relate to that kid. No, but like, Flapjack, Chowder, those were all shows that I liked.
Chowder is a very underrated show.
I mean,
Jack and
I
Chowder.
don't think it was under. I think everybody loved it.
well, I know a lot of people that really hated that show.
I really
I
like
know
when
a lot
they
of
were
people
the
like-
textures where they had them behind the. like-
where the textures were stationary.
I never
Yeah.
got into either of those shows, but I like clips from them.
Yeah. I liked those a lot, but if I had to pick like my favorite one, I would say Over the Garden Wall. That is still one that I can watch.
Yeah.
That is still one I can watch regularly.
If you haven't
There
seen
it
it,
is.
you can watch it in about an hour and a half. It's a mini series.
Yeah, I mean
But
each
it's still
episode's like
great.
15 minutes long.
is for the apple thing.
I own the vinyl. I've got the vinyl record. That's one that slaps.
Dude, the fucking Highwayman.
Oh yeah, I wish they would have done more with that.
I know.
They literally do like a 5-second song about the Highwayman, and I'm like, oh, that was a fucking dope song. I hope he's gonna be a part of the plot. Nope. That whole episode was like just kind of like everybody's important type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one's a background character, even though they were all fucking background characters.
Oh, okay.
That sounded good.
Yeah, here it comes,
Kick the table.
everybody.
Yeah.
Freaking my cartoons I love. I'm not gonna say one cartoon that I would say is my favorite, just because.
You calling me out?
No. No, it's just because I can't think of one singular one that I'm like, that is the ultimate one that I love the most. That's why when I said top 5 earlier, that's the only way I can think of it.
Yeah.
And I can't even put them in order. Like Samurai Jack is 100% up there.
Solid.
Freaking what is it?
not have been that good.
Kolyoko.
There you go.
Sorry.
So I hated that.
Must not have been that.
I hated that.
I didn't like
See,
Toluca either.
A lot of people hated that show.
I hated the art style. I hated the 2D, 3D. I was like,
The concept was neat.
The concept was neat, but like, I could never wrap my head around like, is it a video game? Is it a different dimension?
It's
is this real?
Just about every
Is this
episode
fake?
seemed the same to me, but I also didn't pay enough attention to.
No,
no.
was-
There's a reason that it all seems the same. It's because basically every episode is the same. Because the 3D sequences that they use, it's just the same replayed 3D sequence.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's just the same one.
Well, or it's the same set of clips.
It's just
rearrange
it's the same
them or
set
they
of
whatever.
clips being played over and over again on different episodes.
So, like,
So why was it good?
Yeah, what was the plot for it? 'Cause
Well,
I-
why
I-
was it? What made you like it? If everything was the same, and I mean, what makes this one that you were like, okay, I really liked that?
Basically, the reason I love it is not just because of the show, and I guess you could technically put this under nostalgia in a way, but it gave birth to a lot of the things that a lot of the stories I wrote in my childhood.
Okay, so it was inspiration.
It was inspiration for me, so I love it, and I just would watch it all the time on rewind.
But you know
reruns
it's
and
fucking
stuff.
cheap.
Yeah, I know it's shit. It's like whenever I watch like a bad movie and I'm just like, dude, I love this fucking movie. Fucking Food Fight, I fucking love it. It's terrible.
Oh.
It is the worst movie ever made, other than like The Incredible
But that
Hulk
one didn't-
or The Ant Farm Dickhole.
That
like,
one didn't.
Excuse me?
Have you never seen?
You never heard of Ant Farm Dickhole?
No.
No, you
Yeah,
don't
we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're not gonna talk about that.
No, we're not talking about that. But yeah, I think it's just
Don't look
because
it up
of
right now, Billy.
the fact that it's just like it just gave me so much inspiration throughout my life trying to figure out all that stuff. Hi Puffy Amayumi show is
Okay, so I hated the show. I liked the characters. I liked the music.
the music is
Grant,
good. Yes.
Grant, you were just the counter to everything Jared
Yes.
loves.
Well,
but
no.
here's
So
the
the
thing.
first, what was the first thing you said?
What was it?
Samurai Jack. I
Samurai
love
Jack.
Samurai Jack.
Yeah. Here's the thing though. I love a lot of cartoons that not a lot of people like.
What made you like? What made you like that show?
Hayappa Yami
Yeah.
Yumi show.
Other than like the J culture, is it literally just the J culture?
It's mostly the J culture, and also it's freaking Yami or whatever her name is, fucking purple haired one. I can't remember her freaking name.
GOP
Yeah. She's
GF.
That's a
Yeah.
trend. That's a trend here.
100%. And I got my mind blown when I was a kid when I was like, they wrote the Teen Titan show.
Yeah, no,
theme.
that's how
Oh my god.
They've been
I
putting
love
goth GFs in front of us for years, people.
Yeah, dude.
Real
God,
talk.
That's programming.
No. So I liked the characters. I thought they were cute characters.
Mm.
I liked the music, but the show never really had a plot. It was
Nope.
just like, go here, play your show.
There's
And
just
then
no
they would-
story.
It was a music video. It was literally a music video. Each episode was a music video
Yeah.
for a different one of their songs.
But I think that for
Which
me,
is neat, I guess, but like,
for me, I feel like
as a kid, I didn't click to that.
I feel like cartoons for me are kind of like some people when it comes to video games, like casual players of video games, where they're just like, I don't need to win. I don't care if I lose. Yeah, I'll strive towards winning, but I don't care if I lose. I just am here to have fun and enjoy it, no matter what the thing is. Like if there's a shitty game, I'll play it and just see what this person that made this game, what they made. So whenever it comes to things where it's like, oh, there's no story, it's just like some crazy shit's going on and it's just dumb shit. I just watch it and I'm like, I can see like the beauty in this thing,
Counter. What is the worst anime you've ever seen and why?
Fuck.
So if you're someone who is saying, I'm a casual viewer, that didn't bug me. What bugs you then?
What bugs me about?
Yeah, what is something that a cartoon or an anime could do to where you're like, you know what, I actually hate that.
I don't think it's the anime that does it. I think it's
Okay, in a cartoon then again.
See, my appreciation for cartoon and anime is
okay.
two
So
different things.
what's the worst cartoon you ever saw?
But Ugly Martians.
But
I forgot that
Okay,
existed.
God.
Here's the thing, But Ugly Martians, I could watch. So I can't say I hated it. I could watch it anytime.
Yeah.
But
I just didn't like the animation.
I just didn't like the animation. And
Why do I remember the theme song?
We are the
The
Martians, the butt of
yeah.
the Martians. Because it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't. I did not technically like it, but I could see why a kid would like it. Because it's kind of like those toys, kind of like the what is the the boy version of the Cabbage Patch Kids? The Garbage Pail Kids. Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah.
It's just like garbage shit, kind of like all the disgusting ass.
Like all those kids' toys that are just
that's literally just like, oh,
Gimmick is
this is a garbage truck with little creatures crawling out of it. It's just some
What
dumb,
is-
stupid shit.
What focus group did the companies just look at and say, you like gross shit, right?
No, it
Like
was
you want-
genuinely, it was probably like, boys find farts funny.
Yeah.
If this little boy figurine farts.
It's
We
not-
could
it
sell
goes
boys
further
to
into like
boys.
every just gross facet you can think of in a fucking playset. While girls are over here playing with like nice things, living the American dream, we're over here fucking making and eating
this
sugar
dirt
shit.
slime.
It was also probably,
This
it was a
toy
little bit of
vomits
that.
up
It was
cum.
counterculture, I think. I think it was a lot of like girls who were like, I like Barbies, bugs are gross. Well, then they could pitch, hey, you can pick on your sister by making bugs and throwing them at her. You know what I mean?
And a lot of the stuff where it's like, oh, girls are all into this frilly stuff, guys are into this disgusting or cool action stuff. It's just from the fact that like back in the day, it was taught where you're like, oh, you're supposed to treat women good and they're supposed to be that princess of that house, and you're supposed to just be a rock hard man, like.
It's that
Masculine
mentality.
man, yeah.
It's that like boys like gross shit mentality that made me watch Two Girls, One Cup.
Yeah.
This is why we need
Oh.
feminism.
Oh,
I don't like gross shit. I've never been a boy that had any of these like,
So you're not meat
this
spin, man.
this toy vomits up slime or
Meat
something.
spin's
like.
tame.
I've never
What are you talking
been
about?
Meat
stuff
spin
like
is just
that.
a dick.
Yeah, that's just dicks. That is
Yeah,
tame as
I've
fuck.
seen dicks before.
You know, I always
I've helicoptered a couple times.
I always wanted I don't know why. I've always wanted the slime products, but my mom was like,
Me
"No."
too.
Like
Like,
Gak.
stuff like that, but it's like my mom was like, nah, you're not getting You're not getting that shit because you're just a stupid fucking kid, and I'm not gonna get that shit out of my carpet.
So,
And one time she finally broke,
and did you?
and I got some. No, worse. I got in my sister's hair 5 minutes after getting it out.
Oh.
And it was all wasted
I-
immediately.
I think the only thing I ever got that was like a slime toy was I was never into Hot Wheels, but there was the like Cyborg City one where
Yeah,
it
I
was like
remember
the
that.
giant robot in the city destroying shit, and there was like toxic waste thing in it, and I was in the commercial. I was like, I can put my car in slime. Oh, and then like I got that for Christmas. Oh.
Okay, back to my list. I think I've said like 3 of them.
Oh shit!
Two
You're
more.
Oh,
Sorry,
Oh, God.
sorry, I got off.
Jesus.
Hey, he warned us.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
want freaking Super Monkey Hyper Team Hyperforce, Super
Whoa.
Ultra Monkey Team Hyperforce Go.
I remember that shit.
I
Yeah,
remember
I remember
the
it.
name, but I cannot.
Yes,
They all were different
yes.
colored monkey robots.
It was kind of like Voltron, but with monkeys.
Yeah. Super,
Yeah.
I remember
Why
there was
do I-
one named Otto, and it had a
Yeah,
he had a song.
Otto! that
That's
was
the
the
one I
one.
remember, but like,
And the black one had a super deep voice.
Look up images.
Like the black colored one, or was he like?
He is the black colored one.
Okay.
And the black guy, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
What's it called? Super.
Grant pulled
Super
up
Ultra Monkey Team Hyperforce Go.
It's Super Robot Monkey.
Super
Team
Robot
Hyperforce
Monkey
Go.
Team.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of.
We laughed because Grant opened up his desktop and there was just a gif of ice cream being put on anime titties.
So that's just Powerpuff Girls.
Fucking pull
So
up
it's
a
Voltron.
Voltron.
Voltron, okay. I get
For
it.
people who don't have fucking hypervision, can you put that
Power,
shit bigger?
Power Rangers for you kids that don't know what
Well,
Voltron is.
I thought that this was a bigger image. I thought that was a bigger.
There's
That's
been,
not
there's
it.
been an update.
Okay.
There's been a new
What was that?
Voltron.
Yeah, there's been a new Voltron. People have
People
been
know
telling
what
me to watch
Voltron is.
Voltron.
There's been a new Voltron. The guy who did Jake from Adventure Time.
It's a
plays
Netflix
one
one,
of them.
right?
Yeah, it's the Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget his name at the moment, but I like that guy.
Fuck, what is the?
How come the black one had to have different eyes too?
Because
The
they
other
can't
one's
put
different
black
eyes.
guys
the other
on
one's got
black.
different eyes.
You know, you got me.
You can't put
Idiot.
black guys on a black body.
Why not make all their eyes not black then?
What color would you make them?
Yeah.
Red.
Ugly. What about the
Red.
red character? Then he's got red
Yeah.
eyes and red skin.
Okay,
Oh man.
okay. Alright. I see what we're doing here. Orange.
Sure.
There.
Ugh.
I've solved the
You
problem.
got me.
I've used a color they don't have.
They don't have white,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but that kind of would have been weird.
That would be
too.
terriful.
Then they want to have irises.
Yeah, then that
Or
would be
pupils.
bad.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Because we don't have visual representation.
One of my other favorite cartoons, which is it's something that you just kind of after a while you begin to love it. It's not a show that you just watch the first episode and you're like, this is fucking good, bro. No, you have to watch it for a while and you have to grow up. King of the Hill. King of the Hill
Yes.
is an amazing. Well,
I had
it's a really good show, dude.
So I had a friend when I was younger who I'm gonna say he was redneck, but he was pretty civilized. I mean,
Yeah.
like they were just very southern. But I remember like he had it on like DVD and shit like that, and he would like show me episodes, and I'd be like, "This isn't funny." And like I just hated it. There were just jokes that didn't land for me as a kid, I guess. But like now when I've like watched most of it that's on Hulu,
Oh.
and I'm like, "Oh, this is great."
Cause see, what happened for me is I would always sit there and wait for Family Guy to come on, cause Family Guy
And
was
then you
like
had
the
to watch
shit.
King of the Hill.
So you had to watch 2 episodes of King of the Hill before you can get to Family Guy.
You had to deal with an hour
So-
of King of the Hill before you got
Yeah.
to that stuff.
And I just was like, I'm not gonna change the channel, so I just kept watching through King of the Hill each time. And over time, I was like, dude, this show's fucking good. And I was waiting for King of the Hill now instead of Family Guy,
Mhm.
even though I still have watched every
Hit
single episode of
puberty.
Family Guy.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah. That's why when I hear my balls dropping, I was like,
I
oh,
love King of the Hill.
boy.
You know what show, like, I think, you know, we talked about, like, disappointing video games and stuff last episode, but it was a disappointing show. Like, I was so excited for it. It came out, and I was like, this fucking sucks. So I loved cryptids. I loved, like,
Okay.
Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, Chupacabra. I loved that shit.
You're talking about the Secret Saturday.
And then they announced the Secret Saturdays. And I was like, okay, a cartoon kind of like superhero show about cryptids. I fucks with it. it came out, and it was like the lamest cookie cutter shit.
Yeah.
Where it's like our Skeletor antagonist is trying to use an ancient evil cryptid. Uh-oh, I have a staff that controls cryptids. His thing has been thwarted.
See, that show.
Maybe that was the point. Maybe it was supposed to be like a Saturday cartoon. It's called The Secret Saturdays. So maybe
I just didn't. I didn't like the show that much. Like that.
I didn't either.
It wasn't one of those shows that I just like really watched a lot. Like I'd watch it if it came on. Kinda like
artistically wise, it was even fine.
You know, I just thought of the show that the cartoon that I actually do not like, will not watch, and I actually just don't see any beauty in that show, and that's Problem Solvers.
Yeah.
That is not.
I don't remember Problem Solvers.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Look up pictures of that.
Hold on, real quick. I gotta.
Friggin'
Since we're talking about attractive cartoon characters, I do have to jump in here and say the Secret Saturday is like the mom.
The mom from.
Oh yeah.
The mom was
Oh
on.
yeah, no, I'm remembering this now.
Yeah, because remember, like the kid had a Bigfoot companion
Yeah.
and stuff.
The
Did they do
Sasquatch.
a video game? That's fucking sloppy.
I just looked at the Problem Solvers, and it's got like 1 out of 10 on every possible.
Yeah,
rating.
Yes.
that was a bad show.
It was a
What was it about?
terrible
Superhero family.
solving problems.
Was the replacements?
It says-
Replacements is coming to me as something.
No,
that was a
that
Disney
Disney
show.
show.
That was a
right?
The
Disney show. It
Replacements
was
was
like
a different show.
it was
No,
about
I
two.
know, but
that,
like
that
that's
was about,
coming to me as like, was that good?
It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
So basically, it was like two kids that lived in that were orphans. Called the replacements and got parents
Yeah.
that were like spies, and then every episode they
Their
had to
mom
call
was
the
fine. Their dad
replacements
was
to
a
get
stunt
something.
man, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
something like that.
Fucking speaking of Disney cartoons, one of my this is actually supposed to be all the way up there, almost the very top. Fucking Brandy and Mr. Whiskers.
I was just thinking of
is
that.
one of my favorite shows ever.
So I didn't like that show, and I think the only thing I have seen of that show in a long time is bad porn.
I know what you're talking about.
That was one of those shows
I see where
that
we're going.
that was one of those
this.
shows Disney would put on at like 3 in the morning. 'Cause
Yeah.
They didn't know what else to fill, so I
Or
would
when
wake
you
up
were
in
at
the
home,
night.
when you were at home sick.
Yeah,
It
was
like,
on, like,
yeah,
during
like
the day.
I'd wake up in the middle of the night and it would be on, and then I would just immediately fall.
You know what
That's
show
what
I
I
You know what show used to be on when I was like a small boy in the middle of the night? This is way back when, but Lloyd
Is it
in
Disney?
Space.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That show was fucking boring as hell too.
Yeah.
It was neat. But
Yeah, I mean it
boring.
was about an alien and it was
Yeah.
in space, so
Yeah,
like
they
neat,
just
but
had-
they didn't do
They
anything.
just
But
had,
he was
they
like
just
the
had regular
only
problems.
alien.
Yeah, well, yeah.
No, there was a space station
Was it-
full
was
of
it his
alien
family?
people. It was like they
There's
lived
so
at
much I remember about that show.
their whole society was like one big space station. But like, and the show was just about like, what would it be like if we told the slice of life of like a teenage boy and his family and blah blah blah. But everybody was like aliens.
Can I jump in with a couple real quick?
Sure, go for it.
Recess.
Recess. School's out.
Recess.
Yeah,
That was
I
one of
said
the-
Reese's.
Yeah, I did, but
that was-
yeah, Recess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, that's a terrible picture of her, but
Is
of,
it?
her, of her face. Of her face.
Okay, she's a
Why?
butterface. there.
Her face does not work in that picture. Sorry, we're talking about Brandy and Mr. Whiskers. Brandy. Brandy is one of my crushes of my younger years.
I said this
Stop.
last.
Stop.
I said it last week. Jared's a furry.
Stop.
I think Jared
Stop.
is low key maybe a furry,
That's fine, Jared. It's okay.
but it's okay.
You know what? Whatever.
We accept
Real,
her.
real talk, it's fine.
We're all accepting here.
When
When you want to
okay.
yip in your spare time, Jerome.
Recess,
I love her
Recess,
because of her emotions, not her looks.
Recess was slapped. That one slapped.
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
hard.
That was one of those shows that was on like every Saturday
Mhm.
at like any point in the day because it would be on like Channel 2 when Disney
Well, they knew
had
you
their
were out of
thing on
school,
ABC.
so like that was kind of the
Yeah.
meta of it. You know what show I remember like when I was a kid, like having the flu and being at home sick and like waking up at 3 a.m. being on Disney. And I don't know if any of you guys ever saw this. Roly Poly Oly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Roly
Yeah,
Poly Oly
my
was
name is-
that's a pretty popular
name is-
show.
Okay.
Terribly close.
Yeah, well, I just
I get it
fuck
all.
That came on in the middle of the day when it was
My parents
like
used to.
I never got it.
all the
until
kids
then.
shows. All the kids shows on
I
Disney.
never got it then. Again, it was whenever I was sick, I'd wake up, I'd be because like this was when, and I like have this vivid memory of like me having the flu, my mom not letting me sleep in my bed, like making me sleep upstairs so that I didn't get germs and shit all in the room because me and my brother shared a room. Waking up with like the humidifier on full blast and like seeing Roly Poly on and being like, Like, she's my sick ass.
See,
Super
that
not
sounds
cool.
really nice. I always woke up in cold sweats to George Lopez and Logan.
Your eyes open wide when you hear
And then you hear that deep ass voice.
Speaking of sick shows that nobody fucking watched is Skunk Fu. That's the only show that I would, if I was sick from school, I would always see it when I'm sick, but other than that, no.
That was the only time I watched Shaolin Showdown.
Really?
I didn't like that.
I love
Sheldon Showdown slaps.
I didn't like that.
It still
I didn't like that
slaps.
one. That was the only time I watched that show, was when I was at home.
I didn't like it when it got to the newer season of it, where it's like, we have a smaller baby Omi that can control ice.
That might have. I remember that being a part of the show. So now that you're saying like that's a later thing, I was like, oh, that was the only show I knew, or the only thing I knew about.
I don't remember the name of the show, but it was the one about the little kids that were wrestlers.
Mucha Lucha.
Yeah.
I like that
Lucha.
one. I remember
They were luchadors.
Yeah, fuck off.
I hate the
no,
fleas.
Excuse
I
me.
remember. So this
There's
one,
a difference.
this is when Cartoon Network had like started getting that wave of stuff. There was the Mucha Lucha game where you could have like your Mucha Lucha Sona, where you could like
Mucha
create
Lucha.
your own wrestler.
Was that one of the Flash games on
Yeah,
Cartoon
yeah.
Network's website?
And then they also had the same thing for like Codename Kids Next Door.
They had an
Like,
RPG on the Cartoon Network website.
They had several.
And every single
Dude,
cartoon together in some type of...
Yeah.
Yes, because it was. Are you talking about the one
Fusion
where
Ball?
No.
It
It
was
was like an actual, like, just a...
like the island game, right?
Yeah,
Where-
yeah.
Yes, where you had to.
Yeah, where it's like
it
it's
was
a beach
basically-
resort.
It,
It's like Cartoon
it looked kind
Resort.
of like
Cartoon
the old
Network Resort.
Pokemon
I love
games.
that. Sorry,
fine.
we just created a block. But
It looked kind of like the old Pokemon games where you literally just move square to square, and they have different Cartoon Network characters all over the island, and they would just send you on fetch quests. And I think as a kid, that was my fucking shit.
I know, I could never remember what the name of that was.
Cartoon Network Summer Resort.
Well, there were multiple games.
The one where you're on the beach is Cartoon Network. I mean, there's been several of them, yes.
Yeah, there's
but, like,
several, but like the one on the beach.
Yeah.
But speaking of Mucha Lucha, so that brought up a memory of, actually, I don't know why I didn't put this in my freaking top. El Tigre is...
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't El Tigre kind of the same?
No. Well,
No.
it was kind of similar.
No, wasn't El Tigre a luchador as well?
Yeah, or his family was. I
They
think-
were crime fighters that happened to be luchadors.
Oh, okay.
It
The
was
other one was
similar.
a literal like luchador school.
Lucha is life.
Yeah.
What was Mucha Lucha on? That was
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network.
Oh, El Tigre was Nickelodeon.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Nickelodeon.
But
I
El
like
Tigre,
El Tigre
that's that
better.
same team that did Book of Life too.
Yeah. Book of
Yeah.
Life is a good movie.
That was a good movie.
That is a really, really good
Underrated.
movie. Yeah, them singing Creepin' that was really, really freaking good. But yeah, that was my list in a way. Obviously, there's some things that should be up there that I just can't remember at this exact moment. And obviously, like when people are talking about it, I just like, oh shit, this show. Oh,
Foster's
this one.
Home for Imaginary Friends.
I
Foster
adored
for
that
Imaginary Friends.
Adored
Camp
that.
Laszlo. All that.
I didn't like Camp Laszlo much.
Really?
Camp Laszlo
Did you
was
ever?
just weird.
Did you guys ever see the
Yeah.
ending of Camp Laszlo?
Yeah.
No.
Where like
Oh,
fucking
where- yeah, he's like
Lupus
not the
gets taken
actual-
away. He's
Yeah,
not the
well-
actual camp counselor.
Well, yeah. So the guy that was the camp counselor had actually tied up the actual camp counselor.
Yeah, Lupus, the moose dude, had like taken him hostage and like took his job.
Lumpus?
What is it?
Lumpus.
Lumpus?
Lumpus.
I'm pretty sure.
It was
Not
Lumpus.
Lupus.
I
Lupus is a
legit
disease.
thought the joke was like him being like, it's like a sickly name.
No, it was Lumpus.
Isn't lupus
I
a
can't-
disease?
Yeah, that's why I thought that was the joke.
I can't remember what that camp counselor looks like. The only one I got
He's
in
a
my
moose with
mind,
glasses.
the only moose character I have in my mind is one from Happy Tree Friends.
That was a show I liked a lot too.
I never liked.
I was
Happy
scared of that
Trees.
show because it was the one-
Everyone fucking was. This was, I don't know if it was because like I was playing Mortal Kombat as a kid and some weird shit where I was like, cool, gore. But like I
It
saw
was
that show
before
and
I
was
was introduced into gore. So
so that was probably for me. Like 'cause I was making, what was I making Haley watch last night because it was a stupid movie. Freddy versus Jason.
yeah.
We watched that last night, and she was like, "This came out in 2003." And I was like, "Holy shit, dude! I think I was like 7 or 8 when this movie came out." And this movie, I mean, it's a fucking gore movie. You know what I mean? I was like, "God damn, I was small when I got into gore."
Yeah, the only memories I have of Happy Tree Friends are
There's Fall Out Boy music.
there's a Fall Out Boy music video, which is a great music video,
Mhm.
but the other one is a Slipknot AMV.
A slip knot.
Every time I hear A and B, I think of the fucking Naruto versus Sasuke fight with Papa Roach in the back.
It's something similar to that, but to
That was
slip
my
knots.
childhood, dude.
It's probably.
I remember discovering YouTube and discovering like Naruto AMVs.
So that specifically, because I found the Naruto AMVs, that was when, like, the big, like, Sasuke Naruto fight, like, the curse of him taking over,
yeah.
he's got the fox and everything. I remember seeing that and being like,
Which hadn't been English dubbed yet.
at all. So,
Yeah.
like, this was early Naruto. When I was getting into
Yeah.
Naruto, I found that and I was like, holy shit, when does that happen? How come this is out in Japan first? What the fuck? Like, I didn't understand, like, Japan
Yeah.
got that stuff
Yeah.
They made
earlier because they fucking made
Yeah,
it.
it shouldn't make sense.
It just didn't make sense to me as a kid. I was like, who's putting these up?
Who was doing? Here's something I want to hear you guys' thoughts on. That's actually like something that a lot of people think about. Do you think?
You
That-
preference that weird. I just want to say.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Because
know.
me and him looked at each
I know.
other like,
I was just trying to think of
No,
what
no,
I was
you're
trying to
He's
say.
flustered.
But
He's creating a
some
mess.
people say that Avatar isn't an anime, and some people say
Avatar's
it
an
is. And I've always wanted to hear what everybody else thinks because
Avatar's
I think
an
it's an anime.
I think you can defend both sides
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know, like animation wise, you could defend it's definitely based on anime, but at the same time, I think it's Americanized enough that you can defend it as a cartoon.
I mean, I would even there are even like Justice League shit. Like, I would say even Teen Titans.
Teen
Teen
Titans.
Titans. I would say Teen Titans even borders on anime.
Yeah, it's
Um,
I think those are two shows that border right on it.
And I think it has to do with the tone. I think that makes a lot of it. Because, like, I've seen anime come straight out of France. I've seen anime come from Korea. I mean, that's still Asia, but, like, anime doesn't have to be like, oh, it's Japanese, so it's anime. It's
Yeah.
like,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen tons of people do anime that aren't Japanese at all.
You know, they're anime, but Legend of Korra and Avatar: Last Airbender are anime.
I consider
Yeah,
it.
As-
because
I
I,
personally-
I feel like it's the way the story is how it
Presented.
progresses, how it is presented, all the little tropes that are inside of it. It makes it an anime. So that's what I think.
I mean, if it sways, I got the definition of anime pulled up. It
Yeah.
says a style of Japanese film and television animation typically aimed at adults as well as children.
No, and
So if it's like specifically a style, then it's an anime. If it's if it's supposed to be just straight Japanese, then I guess it's not.
yeah. Which like I said, I've seen people do anime from France. I've seen anime from all over the place where it's that style. I would just say, for me, it's a stylistic thing.
All right, let's get something clear right here. I would be an Earthbender.
Oh shit! 100%.
Okay, wait. Are we talking about just like base elements, or are we talking about like
Oh
abilities?
yeah,
on top of it?
base element, not
Base
all the
element.
crazy stuff.
Okay, because I was like, being a
Four base
bloodbender would be dope.
See, Earthbender, 100%.
Earth just sounds more practical than
And Earth all the way, even past into Korra, because they can also do lava.
Metal.
They do metal bending.
Metal bending. Metal bending is 100% the coolest fucking thing in the world.
I like the
I still
lava
think
bending.
bloodbending is.
I was
lava
about to
bending
say,
is neat.
okay, bloodbending isn't necessarily cool. It's
Ah,
really
it's
interesting.
Cool as fuck. But
It's-
couldn't you do
it's-
earthbending as a
it's real messed
earthbender
up.
too?
But bloodbending is outlawed.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's more
kind of
sinister.
like it's
It's more sinister.
the whole like lore of how the powers work
Yeah.
is really interesting when you look into it, because a lot of the like speciality types is just like the elements bleeding into each other.
It's an
Yeah.
extension.
No, I know.
Because
Like lava bending.
lava bending is fire bending
Firebending
is bleeding into fire bending,
Yeah.
because you can control the heat of rock.
Yeah.
And then the combustion bending, the people that can make explosions with their mind, is bleeding into air bending, because air bending controls air pressure.
Yeah.
And then you just create fire in a pressurized
Well,
area.
and then there's also this like the episode where they go to the swamp and they're water benders, but it's because they're controlling the water that's within.
Yeah, they're controlling the vines. Really, it's as creative as you want to make it, and a lot of something that Uncle Iroh taught a lot in that show.
Is it Iroh
just
or Iroh? I always
that- it's Iroh.
Is it?
They say Iroh in the show.
Okay.
Iroh talks a lot about like how because it gets into talk about like borders and stuff, like nationalism. Nationalism is the thing I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Where like they all want to treat themselves separately, but like you can learn stuff from like all these cultures and like all these different.
If you look in the fight with Zuko and his sister, you can see he uses like he doesn't use the typical firebending fighting style. He takes things from Aang.
Yeah.
Like the way
he's
he
doing
moves.
water and airbending moves because he's been living with them, and it's really cool. Yeah, no, it's that show is also cool because they did a lot of research into the fighting styles because like all those are based on like specific. Like they had a guy who was like trained in all these martial arts to like do these moves so they could like animate them, and they all had like different styles, and to the point where some characters specifically had different styles. So like Toph did praying mantis kung fu, whereas the earthbending in the show is like a really old ancient Chinese kung fu. But Toph does specifically like mantis style fighting, and then like.
She learned from moles, right?
She learned from badger moles.
Can you imagine fucking stomping your foot on the ground and a giant boulder comes in front of you and just fucking drop kick that shit?
That doesn't happen with you guys.
I think if I had to pick one, I'd pick air.
Air is low key really cool.
But that's what I was about to say. Air seems like it'd be the most underrated, but like if you learn how to control that, not only is that borderline telepathy, but that's also like the ability to fly.
You actually are able to fly later.
It depends on like because they also in the show take it a lot with personality traits. Like a lot of like earth bending is like the straightforward like this is my problem and I'm literally about to destroy it. Kind of like approach to things. Whereas like airbenders are like passive and like different angles.
Lawful good.
And because waterbending is based in Tai Chi is just about using your defense to take off your
best
offender.
Defenses, best offenses.
And then firebending is all about just like
aggro,
like aggressive, like angst, pacifying your enemy before they can do anything.
Yeah. No, I think if I had to pick one, it would be air. If I were to just go off of like personality and shit-wise, it'd probably be earth.
Because Earth, I feel like the main thing that made me love Earth is probably the bossing set guards with their gloves.
There's no war there.
That's
shooting
cool
them
as
fingertips.
fuck. Like when they're just standing in the party and they're like doing stuff, and then the guards capture them and they kidnap them or whatever. All you see is hands come out from around this thing and just grab them and pull them back, and you're like, okay, yeah, Earthbending's cool.
It all depends on what you can do with it, because like the airbending is like underrated because it's like the least used in the two shows, but like
that's because there's none of them left.
Late in Legend of Korra, where there's an airbending bad guy, and you see what happens when you use airbending. Yeah, where he like pulls the air out of someone's lungs until they die. Yeah, like it's stuff like that where it's just like this can get, and like there's also. An example is like when Aang finds his old master as like corpse, and like it's his corpse and like 20 firebender corpses, because I'm sure he was like, I don't want to have to do
just
this.
Just fucking emptied the room out of air.
I can create a hurricane in this room.
Yeah.
See, I personally want to be a waterbender. I've always thought waterbending was really cool.
Water again, like the bloodbending stuff is cool. The whole using plants thing is cool to that same aspect. Like,
one of the episodes that really caught my attention with waterbending was the one where I want to say it was still in the Earth Kingdom, where Katara was put into a prison and they surrounded her with like this wooden cells, and she couldn't figure out a way out. So, but she took like the water, like the moisture
from the wood.
She took like the moisture from the air and made it into a thin.
She worked out and made sweat.
She used her sweat. Later, she learns how to do what you're talking about, but. In that episode, she like sweats until she has enough water to make like something to slash with.
Which again, at that point too.
But then the bloodbending lady teaches her like you can just pull water straight out of like a plant or out of the air.
But water does that same thing too, where it's like, okay, you think of it as like I can whip people with water or like stuff like that, but like you learn how to like focus water into like a fucking pressure cutter type of thing. you are cutting limbs off.
And you can control fucking ice. You do ice stuff. Like
I still think the lightning part of fire, like where fire breaches into like its plasma, I can use lightning.
But yeah, like the ice side of it, I always love the scenes where it's like an ice bender fighting, and then they just like make an ice wall and just slide across the scene while shooting fucking pressure
make
water.
it skate on her ice.
That's an inside joke. Anyways, Giles, what bending did you pick?
I mean, pick, and if I was sorted by the sorting hat, that's canon. In the Airbender universe, it'd be fire. Fire, just straight fire.
Lack of patience.
I'm too
Hot
passionate.
Yeah.
I like that look you gave me.
Firebending is about passion.
Yeah, I mean to be fair, like
it's like
for most of the show, they show firebending as just anger and pure aggression.
Well, when they talk about the backstory, it's pretty romantic
with the dragons and stuff.
And
yeah,
then,
you find out the origin of firebending
is about passion.
It's just about passion and being able to focus your.
Yeah. Then you got the other side. It's like Iroh. Like you'll be able to control it eventually, and then lightning fingers is badass.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking zap zap.
Would you do blue flames or red flames?
Okay, can we
Okay,
talk?
well, blue. Why would you pick between the two? Blue is gonna do more damage. Blue is hotter
Why does she have blue fire?
because it's hotter.
Why does nobody talk about it?
My theory is
It's
that
her bending's stronger.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think it's just that she is
Stronger than the damn Fire Lord?
I don't think it's that
Yeah.
necessarily. I think it comes down to the fact that
passion. She's fucking crazy and angry.
Well, Zuko learned how to really focus his power, which
Well, he's also fucking naive.
Well, it seems to me that it was obviously blue flames were hotter, but I feel like she burned out more quickly because she didn't know how to pace herself
She was
in that
more
fight.
wild.
She
didn't know how to pace
conviction.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it is that like it's a passion, but it's like a passion of
Like the
I
candle
want
that
to
burns
fucking
brightest
murder you.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, all she ever knew was anger, so she put absolutely everything she had into it and burned out so quickly that Zuko was
She's
able
the
to fight.
embodiment of wrath.
You could say that like everybody else was still trying to find themselves, and she found herself basically by just saying she just enjoys the ruling people and like just making chaos, honestly, because that's basically what she was doing the entire time.
Well, and like I would let her step on me.
I feel that. I mean, like, I am.
I was gonna try and come with something, but
I'm into every character in both those shows.
That's
I get
fair.
that.
oh yeah, the girl with the knives, hell yeah, she's my
Again,
favorite
another
character.
Goth Geo.
Yeah, that's true.
And that whole entire little arc that they had where they're on the beach and stuff, love that arc. I love that.
But no, I it's not so much like when you were like she's stronger than the Fire Lord thing. Not that she's stronger. I just think he has a more even temper than she does.
Which is saying something.
Yes.
Because the Fire Lord was just like, I'm gonna exterminate
a war
all these
with
human
everybody.
races.
Well,
Yeah.
I think Zuko and his sister, like, they're kind of on the opposite spectrums of their dad.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
that's the point.
Like,
It's the
she
yin
is all of his aggression, and Zuko is like
none of it.
He wanted to be. But
yeah, he wanted to be, but he could never be that, which is why,
Yeah,
which is
too
where a
much
lot of his
compassion.
failures came from.
Zuko got his fucking scar because he was compassionate for other people.
Yeah. And so he tried to be a dick, but he's not a dick at heart.
He's not a dick at heart.
Deep down, he wasn't a real.
Deep down, he's not a dick.
Deep down in my gut.
So
Yeah.
do we want to do the advertisement now?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, this episode's brought to you by
Nobody. That's right. Hey everyone, thank you for listening to the Brain Dead Podcast. Sorry for the episode being so short this week. We wanted to split it into 2 parts because the recording ended up being extremely long. So this was the cartoon episode, and in the future there will be the anime episode. If you want to send us any of your hypotheticals that you want us to talk about or have any feedback, please do send us an email at braindeadpodcastofficial@gmail.com. And if you want to follow us on Twitter, it is the BDP Official. See you soon.